Hello everybody, it has been a long time since I've actually done a recorded video for YouTube. It's been a long time since I've done a vlog. I am GurugodX, and well, it's interesting coming back to this, because a lot of it's kind of reflexy, you know. You don't forget some of the things you do doing YouTube, like video editing and some of the things I just do with like Sony Vegas. It's really like the removing background clutter noise on Audacity even. It's weird, but I didn't really think the first minute of my vlog was gonna be about how amazing my brain retains almost useless information. Well, not useless now, but useless for the past about 9 months. But yeah, anyway, I am back for the time being. And before I get on to what I plan to do, I need to let anyone know that subscribed to me why I left and the reasons why I stopped YouTubing in the first place. And these reasons are legitimate reasons as far as I can tell. They're not excuses, I think. So the first reason why I stopped doing YouTube was because of college. Basically, at the time, about 8-9 months ago, I was being pushed into college by my parents. You know, understandable, because I, like a lot of other young adults my age, between 18 and 25, we can't afford the luxury of our own home or apartment, so we still live with our parents. And because of that, I needed a source of income, and well, at the time, YouTube wasn't exactly panning out. I mean, I could have done a lot more effort into it, but they were really pushing me into college. And, well, I did all the college things, and I assumed that when I started college, I would have a lot less extra time. And reality is I really don't have. I have a lot of extra time. And I've tried to fill that extra time in with like games and playing with friends and whatnot, and in reality I just need a hobby to keep me sidetracked. And I have writing, but I don't want to write all the time. So that's reason one. College, and thinking I would have a lack of time. Because I've been thinking about coming back to YouTube for like the past 3 months. And now that I finally have, I'm just, yeah. So second big reason why I stopped doing recording, and this is the big one, one of the bigger ones, and it's the way my rig was at the time. I'm not going to say my old rig was a piece of shit. I'm not going to say that it was, you know, a terrible computer. It was a great computer. It was not a recording computer. I did not have the CPU for it, and that because XSplit runs heavily off the CPU and not the GPU, it really, really makes recording a hassle when my CPU isn't that great. I had a good video card, but now I have a system that's just overall better. Better CPU, a better GPU, same amount of RAM, but 8 gigs of DDR3. It's good enough to run every game that exists. Granted, multitasking is a bit of a hassle. I'm thinking about upgrading another 8 gigs stick in here so I can get 16 gigs. That should be more than enough to multitask at the level I do. Because I do a lot of multitasking. Like, I video edit it, and I play Minecraft, and I have like tabs of YouTube videos open, and Google Chrome, and all sorts of other stuff running in the background, and I feel like an extra 8 gigs of RAM should definitely help. Especially when, like, Minecraft, for example, because of the way I have it modded, I need it. I have to dedicate 3 whole gigs of RAM to Java, and that is basically almost half my RAM just to Java. So that's not, yeah, that's like, usually my idle system RAM is like 1 gig consumed. So already that's half my RAM consumed. Like any game I open up, it's just blah. But that's just my current problems. And my past problems were when I was recording, I wasn't able to get the high bit rates that I wanted when recording, so I had to drop the lower bit rates, and it caused a lot of screen tearing. You can see that in a lot of my old videos where the screens would tear, there would be fuzziness here and there. I tried to edit it out, I tried to encode it out, it just wouldn't work. And that's what you get when you record at a low bit rate. But now I can record at something like 8,000 bit rate instead of like the 2,000 I was recording at. So that should be much better for both myself in trying to make quality videos and you guys viewing the videos, because I know how much irate it is when you see someone's videos and it's just like, this isn't 720p, it kind of looks like hyper shit. Third and final reason I quit YouTube. Is because of the way I was kind of destroying myself, because of the way I was doing YouTube at the time. Let me give you background on this. I've already said that I live in my parents' house. A little background behind that: 8 or 9 months ago, my parents would get kind of peeved with me if I stayed up really late and then woke up late in the afternoon. So, I mean, that wouldn't usually be an issue, except in order for me to record without being interrupted by God knows what, because we live in a household where everyone likes to yell. I mean, you'll be able to hear that in some of the videos of Town of Salem I have, where just everybody loves yelling, you know? You'll be able to understand that I live in a house that has a lot of yelling, and I usually don't like to get interrupted when I'm doing a video, when I'm trying to record, and I try to tell them, you know, please be respectful, I'm recording, blah, blah, blah. You can only go do so much, though, and I'm not gonna just sit there and edit out, like, half a fucking video because some random yelling in the background. That's just how it is. But then, the way to... now that's my position on it. Then at the time, I just decided to just record everything at just blanket dead at night, so that way I would not get any kind of background noise at all. And I still sort of agree with that for things like this vlog where I just don't want hey you blah 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 in the background. But for things like co-op games with like me and my brother, or me and Jason, or all three of us, or you know, my other friends, I don't mind that much anymore. I get it. Some people like to talk. Anyway, the way I was pushing myself at night, because I was kind of dumb. Because, well, not dumb, because when I woke up, I would also always have chores to do when I woke up, because that's kind of how I pay rent around here. So, I'd wake up, I'd do chores, I'd cook dinner, I'd clean the kitchen, because it's kind of my responsibility around here, I'd have dinner, blah, 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 blah. 8 o'clock rolls around, I'm kind of planning for my night and screwing around with friends if I can, and right around midnight is when I'd usually start recording. And I'd record like 2, maybe 3 videos, and that would end about 3. And then at 3 a.m., I was pushing myself to edit. Now, I could have been smart and edited it like between 8 and midnight, but then I wouldn't be able to spend time with friends. And, you know, that's that. So the way I was doing it then was, I would stay up till like 6 a.m. editing to make sure I got all of it, you know, encoded. Because like XSplit records in FLV, and I have to extract the FLV, run it through GAM, make it in MP4, so it can go into Sony Vegas. Because Sony Vegas does not support FLV even in 12.0. Oh, it's so fucking annoying. So annoying. Anyway, I still don't know why Sony Vegas does not support in support FLV, but I used to have to rip it, and then I had to re-encode it in YAM and do it in MP4, fuck. And then I would actually get to edit on it. And then it would have to render, because Sony Vegas takes a while to render its edits. And then I'd want to upload it to YouTube, and sometimes I'd have to babysit it because YouTube can be a giant dick when uploading things. Its uploading system is extremely finicky. Sometimes I had to sit there and babysit it for an hour just so I can make sure it gets up there. At least that's how I remember a lot of things. So, a lot of nights. Excuse me, it's like 3 a.m. right now. I know, I'm like doing exactly what I used to do. A lot of nights I wouldn't get to sleep till about 7 a.m. And my parents would expect me to be up by like 10 or 11 to do chores and shit. And I'd usually end up getting up around noon to 3. Noon if they were lucky, 3 most of the time. And I'd barely be able to get up and to be able to get much of any of my chores done. I usually powered through my chores with them just constantly bitching at me. Understandable. Okay, but now that I'm in college, that I've brought in some money with some Pell Grants, they understand and respect my lifestyle in terms of the kind of a night owl a little better, and they don't get so pissed off if I'm waking up at 2 or 3 in the afternoon anymore. As long as I get my shit done, they don't care. So, to recap, the 3 reasons why I quit YouTube are my parents not liking me staying up so late and me basically destroying myself, losing so much sleep and just cognitive ability to function. My computer was absolute garbage. Absolute garbage. The computer was not up to what I'd call a quality computer for recording, and not something I would want people to just have to stomach through. And third and final one is I thought I'd have a lot less extra time being in college, but I simply just do have extra time everywhere. So, now that the 3 of those things are eliminated or changed, I want to get back into it. And I'm gonna be honest, I do feel shitty leaving YouTube without putting out a video about why I left, reasons I left. At the time, I don't know why I didn't. And I guess over time, the more I thought about putting up a video, like a month after, it was just like, oh yeah, that's just kind of shitty. Oh yeah, you didn't post a video. And you didn't post a video for a whole month, and you put this, oh, I'm going away from YouTube. And also, putting a going away YouTube video, it felt final. A final that I just didn't want to feel, because I felt I really, really like video editing. I really, really like this whole recording feel. I think it's fun. But it's a dick rip. It's definitely a dick rip for me to have gained a bunch of subscribers and then to have just jolted the fuck out of there. It's kind of a dick rip for those subscribers, and I'm sorry. I really am. Usually I'm a much better person about that. I'm much more responsible for my own actions. Partially has to do with the fact that the internet is an anonymous veil, and I feel like that I'm not affecting anybody's lives if I just don't post a video. Hell, the other day Jason brought up the thing, why aren't you doing, whatever happened to GurugodX Plays? And I was like, I told him the 3 reasons why I quit, and he was like, well, but I was like, but I still enjoy video editing and the YouTube thing. And he was like, well, why don't you just do that? And that kind of just like, kind of struck me at that point. And I was like, yeah, that's a really good point. Why don't I just do that? You know? There's no point not to. So, I guess I was afraid about getting back in the business because I was afraid about how the fans would accept me taking like a 9-month break, essentially. But you gotta do what you gotta do. I've tried out the college life. It's not. Oh, computer, don't do that. went into black screen mode. I tried out the college life. I'm not quite fond of it. I think it's boring more than anything. A lot of the stuff I'm learning in college is stuff I've learned already, and yeah, it's. I'm not a fan of college right now. But yeah, that's my vlog of coming back. Upcoming things. Well, I've got a whole kind of carpet list of things I kind of want to cover. With this video, you'll see like Minecraft footage because it's just stock footage I decided to throw in. Upcoming things. I just got done tonight with a 4-hour recording session with me, myself, my brother, and Jason. And we were recording Town of Salem. I saw the video when I saw a video of Wade and Minx and Ohm and all those cool YouTubers doing it, and I was just like, that game looks like fun. So I got Austin together. Austin and I, just us together. I recorded like 2 hours of that, and then today we got Jason into it. First time playing Jason, and already the trolls are apparent. God, it's a really good time. I've got that. Over the next week, I'm going to be posting a few videos about the different MMOs that I've been jumping around to. If as you guys know, I am an avid WoW player. I was really big into WoW back when I was really. Hell, damn. I was really back into WoW back when I was recording Gurugod plays and say Gurugod solos, those kind of series. And I still have subscription time. I could get back into WoW. I'd have to just figure out a reason to, because over the past 8 months I've spread my rings. Rings? I've spread my wings. I've gone and I've tried all the other MMOs that I've kind of overlooked. I tried Terra. I didn't like Terra. I went back to Guild Wars 2 actually for a brief period of about a month, and I really, really enjoyed it. I thought Guild Wars 2 is still a great game, and I might do a review section, or I might do a review video on that too. But the main 3 MMOs I want to do a review video on are let's see. I want to do a review video on. Oh yeah, I want to do a review video on my newest kind of love gem, I guess you say. My love interest, I guess you say. It's Rift. It's a game I played a long time ago whenever it first came out, and I wasn't too overly impressed with it because I was looking for a game that wasn't WoW. But Rift is really, really WoW cloney, but it's a game that's fun to play if you're wanting to play WoW, but not wanting to play WoW. It's kind of an interesting mood I'm in right now because I like playing WoW, but I don't want to play WoW. And I'll get more to that in my WoW review video about how the current state of WoW, how it's going to pan out within the next 6-ish months, from my personal perspective, being in this situation multiple times with the whole final raid tier lasting forever, and how it's affected the game both in Cataclysm and in Wrath of the Lich King. Not that anyone cares, I'm just going to do it because I want to. And I'm going to do one on Rift, and I'm also going to do one on my addiction that I'd had for about 4 months. That was Final Fantasy XIV. I'm gonna have to I think I'm gonna resubscribe to that just so I can pull out some stock footage, so I can have it at least playing in the background while I record it, or talk about it, because fuck, you seen screenshots for like a half hour talking about a game and its pros, cons, and just about it. But yeah, so 4 MMOs basically: Guild Wars 2, Rift, WoW, and oh god, again, and Final Fantasy XIV. Jesus, every time I yawn, my memory is just like, you don't remember anything. But yeah, those are the 4 games I want to put kind of stock reviews on. I'm gonna pseudo write scripts. I'm not gonna follow a direct word for word script. I'm gonna more discuss topic points from memory. It's not gonna be as rough cut as this, where I'm basically yammering on for 22 minutes now. But it's definitely not gonna be very heavily scripted. It's gonna be more of me talking about the game and my personal experiences within the games, and my predictions of the games, of how they are gonna be. Rift is gonna be more of a first impressions than it is going to be kind of a full-on review, because it is my kind of love interest at the moment, but I'm really early in the game. I'm only level 20. Whereas Final Fantasy XIV, I have multiple level capped characters in it, and WoW has basically been my on again, off again girlfriend for the past 10 years. Yeah. I've been playing WoW since I was 12. I'm such a nerd. But yeah, anyway, oh, another thing that I was discussing with my brother, since I have a completely new setup, I was thinking about doing a whole new Skyrim Let's Play, and it's just completely new Skyrim, and it'll be a Let's Play. It won't be like a reel. I'm gonna make. Oh, another thing I was gonna do is I recorded some Battlefield 4 footage, because I bought that game and I'm semi-interested in FPSs. And I was recording some footage, but the thing about Battlefield 4, is it's, super CPU intensive, and so is XSplit. So whenever I record, my CPU basically is 100% usage, and my game lags, and I'm not playing at my best. And I have not looked at the footage yet, but I'm hoping it's not terrible bad, because if it's terrible bad, I won't be able to use it. But I was going to use funny reels of Battlefield 4, and just take all the funny moments of a 2-hour long session and cram it into a 10-minute video or something. It had funny noises. I've been watching a lot of the Russian Badger and Raider over at Skill Clinic, the Skill Clinic, derp. And I'm very amused by their videos, and I think I kind of want to try my hand at it. Not 100% copy them, but I mean, let's face it. If you're gonna do something great, you're gonna get copied. That's how the world works. Not saying that I'm gonna avidly copy them. I just think it would be a fun thing to edit. Just to cut things out, speed them up, slow them down, zoom ins, that kind of thing. I think it's a fun little video editing exercise. What else? What else do I have planned? I was looking, actually, I found a Word file of all the games I wanted to play and get footage of. And I had a lot of good games on there that I still have to do. I'm kind of pushing toward more of making game reviews, rather than full-on Let's Plays. It'll have to depend on the game, because I'll full-on Let's Play something if I really, really love it. Like if it's something like, okay, for example, like Half-Life 2, I'll full on let's play that. But if it's something I'm not really having a care for, say like maybe Final Fantasy VII, who is good, but I never played it originally on the PS1, and if I play it, it's gonna, ugh, it's not gonna be great. It's not gonna be that great. Though a reel of funny moments, or maybe a review, or whatever, might be fun. I'm gonna do some co-op games, a few co-op games with my brother and Jason, and I have a few more friends that would be willing to lend their voices and their funny jokes at me. Huh. What else? God. I'm just trying to think of all the things I kind of want to just cram into this now, leaning on a half-hour, Jesus, half-hour vlog. Oh, man, are people gonna really, God, fucking computer, are people really gonna sit here and listen to a half hour of my dumb voice going, um, um, maybe they will. I don't blame you. My voice is very sexy. Oh, no, I'm kidding. My voice is terrible. Should probably be shot, burned, dragged out into an alley, and brutally raped. No, that's not funny. Well, if it happened to a voice, it would be. Just a voice, nothing else. Oh, yeah. My sense of humor is dark and twisted, as you can see. Twisted and dark. Much like black licorice. uh, but anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you did get this far, I appreciate it. Means you actually, kind of have to give a damn, I guess. A part of me wants to steal Russian Badger's outro because I've been thinking about it constantly because he always says it perfectly, but I'm not that much of a douchebag. I think it's a good outro. What he says, like, I'll wieder bane un Bedderspalt. And then the last part, which I'll never be able to replicate ever. And I can't even say that first part correctly. I don't have the accent or the ability to speak what I assume is Russian. It might be French for all I know. Oh. But yeah. Okay. That's like the fourth yawn in this video. I think it's time for me to stop. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys later-ish. I'll be uploading tonight, with this video, the Rift, my little baby video. My little baby? Really? Where the fuck did that come from? Jesus. Drew, just stop. Stop, Drew. Do I keep talking because I subconsciously want to pad this out to an actual half hour? Because it's 8:30 right now, and I'm just like looking at it like, dude, stop talking. Now it's just gonna like end up with me kind of like cutting to black or something, and just completely ruining everything, or something. Later.